Yes, yes, yes. It's always awesome to see when chats assemble. And it happens every time when we open these spaces. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're at. Welcome, Rich. Welcome, CG. Welcome, Logan, today. And welcome, everybody else that is here. Welcome, of course, our co host and wonderful developer lead, Sir PT. Great to have everybody.
Absolutely. Great to everybody. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic, actually. Looking at the charts, everything is mooning. I did some baby math yesterday, or some milk math. I don't know how you want to call it. And we figured that if just 1% of the US 401k money starts entering into Bitcoin and Ethereum, through the ETFs, we can expect at least a 10x in total MCAP of crypto, which is very little, actually. 1% is actually quite little. But yeah, exciting times. It's an exciting year. Everything is green. Everybody's happy, I think, unless, I don't know, you're rotating from one rock to the next. That's pretty bad. But I mean, if you find a solid place and you stick to it, then I think you're going to have a good year. And we're here to have a good year. So today, well, last week we had a fantastic space and we had a lot of attendance, and everybody that came was led into a special room, and that special room was called the Godparents of Accept. And those people, they started sharing out their invite link, and they started spreading the happy, merry message about Accept and what it is about. And so, from last week to today, let me check the numbers. We have a total of 12,220 referrals. Now, I don't know how many are actually real of those, but I assume quite a few. And we will see once the usage starts, once the volume kicks in, because some people may have used some botting in order to take advantage of the referrals. But and I did mention that in the last week session too, that if you use bots, you're not going to gain anything from it, because you will be rewarded depending on the volume that those sub accounts actually generate. And if a bot doesn't trade, then, well, there's no volume, you don't get rewarded. You actually look a little sheepish if you cheated your way into the top 10, right? Anyways, we're very grateful. The team is very grateful. I'm personally very grateful, and I'm happy for everybody that put the effort into it to spread these news. I'm quite confident that we have at least 2,000 real people in there, maybe even 3,000. And when we're looking at other bots, like such as Banana or Unibot, that is currently roughly 3,000 people on average that are using it live, we're in a very good shape right now. We haven't even started, and we have this amount of people actually looking at it, wanting to use it, and waiting to be activated. So today, what are we doing today, Sir PT?
Thank you for that great introduction. Yeah, I wanted to start out with for a second to acknowledge that we are very grateful for all the excitement that we had from the community, from the people that were doing referrals. Some botted referrals is actually quite a good sign, in my opinion. And um, remember that um, we've been building for about a year now, and it's all coming to this particular point where we will provide access to the first batch of users, and it's quite exciting to us. And we're very grateful for the excitement that we see in the community as well, and the amount of referrals that we got. So that's what we're doing for today. Today is the launch day, you might say, that we batch in the first set of users based on their referrals. Now, um, of course, because we've been building for so long, and we've alpha tested and ourselves, and then we had the alpha test group of KOLs, advisors, and people in the closed circle that got provided access to the tools to basically test it out alongside us. But right now we're opening up for the closed beta, you can call it, for the first batch of users, and that's quite a milestone for us. So we're very excited, and that's what's on the menu today. Batching in the first set of users and rolling that out over the next week or couple of weeks to get everybody batched in.
So when you say roll that out over the next couple of weeks for everybody, you actually mean everybody, like actually everybody, right? So that sounds like it's ready. Now have these people on board, then the next set of people, and then it's ready. People are going
Yeah.
to
So
use the MPV.
y- yeah. So there's a small caveat there that, of course, if this is development, right? If anything unexpected happens, there
Oh, of course, of
timelines,
course.
etc., and that type of stuff. But definitely, that's on our timeline to batch in more and more users, and I expect that we'll be able to provide open access within March or so.
That's fantastic, man. That is just so exciting. I mean, since launch, you guys have been developing this for like almost a year or over a year now. But then since launch, I think launch was end of November, if I recall correctly. Since
Yep.
then, we've been talking every week, and we've been like catching up on different things. And now it's actually coming to a point where people are going to use it. The alpha testers have, like myself included, put a lot of hours and money and testing into this to make sure everything is good and safe and works well and evened out. Try to even out all of the little corners that may have been a little like edgy to use. And I do believe it's a great product. I genuinely believe, as a software person, I genuinely believe it's a great product. There's no such product out there. I'm going to be very, very excited to see and hear the feedback from the community and receive what their impression is, and maybe also how it can grow and how positively it can improve. And I know that we've spoken about this just prior to this call. You told me that there will be a support function within the bot, which is also something very unique, right? Like all the other bots that you just use, and then you may go into their if you have a question, you may go into their community, and then you ask a community, and you get at least 5 spam answers from some spam guys asking you for money. Whereas here, there's going to be a support link within the bot where you can have a direct access to like a support line where people are there, and they will contact you, and it's under privacy, obviously, and you have a direct line to someone that you can trust, and you don't need to feel like, oh my god, maybe this is a scam kind of person, are they trying to scam me? And so, which is, I really appreciate that, right? This is in line with the whole philosophy of doing it for the community and keeping it as safe as possible.
Yeah. So and we will have both actually. So we will have a support chat where the moderators that are active in the main chat are in as well, and if people can provide or chat about some experience in there, and basically ask if something is an issue or if they need some explanation, etc. But oftentimes, if it is or either an error or they want a feature to request, they will be referred to go in the bot and actually use that process. Now, there will be three things in there when you click the support button. One is a link to the guides. One of our team members did an excellent job in creating some guides for how to use the different sections of the bot, and you can link to those. And the other two buttons are submit an error if you have experienced an error, um, and request a feature. Now, if you click the link for submitting an error, you will be asked to describe the error, if there are relevant transaction links, and screenshots that you can provide if they're relevant to that specific error. And you will get a ticket number, and you will be replied to by team members that have some technical knowledge on the bot, or the development team if there's an actual error there. So, and like you mentioned, that's all in bots, and that was a very important thing for us, so it doesn't go outside and you get some DMs to how to resolve some issue and potentially get scammed. So this is all inside the system to keep that as safe as possible for users.
That's excellent. I think that's very noteworthy because it is a unique feature to have, especially in crypto, to have a personal direct link to support, and you don't talk to, like, I don't know, somebody, but it's through the bot. That means it has to be the team that you're talking. So that's quite good. Okay, so today will be onboarded the first like 50 people or so, right? When can
Yeah,
they be expected to actually use it?
yeah. Today we'll be onboarding. We've initially said 50 people, but we realized that there might be some botted accounts in there. We're not going to penalize these botted accounts, and we're just going to expand the list of people that will provide access. And also in the top list, there are also users that already have alpha access to the bot, so we're going to disregard those as well. So I would say approximately 60 new people will get access to the bot today, and I think that should be in a couple of minutes even. So we've selected a
Wow,
list of users, and they will get a push notification in the bot that they are being provided access to the tool, and they can use it.
that's fantastic, man. That is a very exciting thing. So I think that will, a lot of people have been telling me, hey, the community is kind of low. Why is not much happening in the community? And I've been telling them that nobody has been using this besides the 10, 12, 15 alpha testers, however many there are. But now that it's going public and people are using it, there will be a lot more chatter. There will be questions, there will be feedback, there will be like hype about, oh my God, I got this and that. You know, there will be a lot more talking. And I think that's going to bring and breathe a lot more life into this community, which is what we want to see. I mean, we had like a sidewards kind of price action is great. Price looks actually great, but the volume was kind of low. But it was also because the development was going on. Everybody was waiting. Is this actually real? Are they fooling me? Are they just showing me screen recordings or whatever? Now that people are getting to use it, and they will continue to provide and push out their referral links, I think it's going to change the way the community is actually like interacting. I think it will be a lot more lively, and I'm excited to see how that will be.
Exactly, I completely agree. And we have a very strong referral program on the volume that's going through the tool. So it's very interesting to refer people and even refer projects to use the Marketception tool, for instance. And the overall suite of bot tools is very interesting to use. We're quite proud of what's being built, and obviously we're quite lucky to have such experienced and talented developers creating these type of tools, because um, regardless of the MEV tool, we have a pretty strong tool set at our disposal that we're continuously developing. Now, if we take a look at the MEV tool, that's something that hasn't been done before in the space, providing access to users to these type of tools. And now imagine what will happen if there are a bunch of users that are getting push notifications during the night that they had MEV opportunities, and they have ETH to be claimed as a reward from the profits made from those. And aside from that, even the referrals could profit or could get rewards based on the MEV opportunities that their people that they referred had. So that could be very interesting for users to actively participate in our ecosystem, push the products for to other users, refer other users, but also actively use our tools because it benefits them greatly.
Awesome. Awesome. I think we also spoke about Snipeception last week, and I asked you if that would be something that is ready once it rolls out. Is that something that is ready?
No, it's not. Snipeception is not included in the first set of tools. It is quite high on our priority list, of course, because it's very convenient for users to snipe a launch and then automatically approve it to the MEV or set market exception for that particular token. We're not quite there yet. We wanted to iron out some things on the other tools first before we complete the snipeception tool. Now, that being said, we have been testing our snipe tool and we're quite far along with it. So it's not that we have to develop that from scratch. Um, there's just a couple of things that needs to be developed as well. So
Yeah,
it
that's
will
great.
be as
I
soon as
just
possible.
that's fantastic. I just meant to ask about it because we've been talking, like everybody that has been supporting has been saying this is a snipe tool, including MEV. It's a banana on steroids. Like these kind of words has been used. So I just wanted to make sure that there's no misunderstanding and people receiving now a product that doesn't have the sniper in yet doesn't mean that it's not a sniper. The sniper will come probably before the public release, if I'm correct.
Yes, that's definitely on the roadmap for us. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, so that's very exciting. I also wanted to say hi to Logan, who joined as a supporter in our group today. Hi, Logan. Let me see if I can invite you to speak. If you want to say hi to everybody, you can. I just invited you. Invite to speak.
Hey, 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 guys. How's everyone doing?
Hey, girl, how are you?
I'm so excited to be a part of it finally. I mean, like, I was in a space for quite a while, and, like, also, sorry if there's a little bit of noise. I'm still on my way home in the train, but there's
No
been
worries.
so much people that I've been putting a lot of trust in the space that are in this. And, like, I'm just looking at the people that's in this voice chat, in the spaces, I'm sorry, and, like, all these big guys. I mean, Reach Apes, you as well. I mean, like, all of these guys are in, and I had to join in. I mean, I've talked to some of the people in the space that I put my trust in, and everyone was like, "Girl, get in." And I did my research. I did my type of things, and I was like, "Okay, I gotta get involved." I love me a good utility. I've been um, in bunch of them that did really well, and obviously, like, joining like Exception is so exciting. I mean, I'm personally going to do everything in my power to push this, to connect it to the right people. And obviously, I'm adding to my bag ever since I found out about it. I mean, I wish I found out about it earlier, but I feel like I'm still early about it. And I found out about it like at the perfect time. So I'm super happy to be a part of it. And yeah, guys, we're just getting started. I mean, this is the beginning. We're gonna be killing it together. Obviously, I'm gonna be joining spaces from now on and supporting from my side of things, and obviously sharing it with everyone that I know. And just talking to the core team, talking to Sir himself. I mean, I love me when I can actually have a dev that I can speak to and actually know the tech behind it, and actually know that they're working and willing to push this, and this isn't just like a 1 month thing, and this is obviously going to be here for the long term. So yeah, I'm
That's
excited to
great.
get this
It's great.
started.
It's
Yeah.
great to have you. Just a short introduction. Logan is actually, if you haven't seen ZKML, has been doing amazing, and she's been the face of it since like the beginning. She shared that quite early with us, and so it's currently at it's doing quite well, and she's the face of it. She's been doing spaces and so forth, and we asked her, hey, don't you want to come on board and help us a little bit, and also join some of our journey, and she likes it quite a bit. So there's some introductions that we're going to see from her that will help us, and yeah, it's great to have you. It's great to have you, Logan. It's fun talking to you, and we'll explore many more things. On Saturday there will be a spaces together with Dcart and some other projects. It's like a space collaboration we'll do on Saturday. We'll announce that as well. And there's going to be another spaces also on Saturday that will be announced. So there will be two spaces on Saturday. We will join. One of them will be Sir PT, which is a little earlier my time, and then the later one with Dcart will be myself. And so yeah, it's it's exciting. It's exciting to first we kind of dipped our toes. We kind of were a silo of a community where it was all insiders and people that knew each other, word to mouth kind of thing. It didn't really spread far and wide yet, and a lot of people were like, what's accept? I never really heard what is accept, what is it about? And in the very beginning people were fudding it, saying, hey, this can't be real. I'm sure it's just another scam. It's just another one of these MEV scams and so forth. And the team has been consistently providing all this proof and all this effort that it's actually real. And then the alpha testers gave even more of their input and actually showed numbers how real it was. And it's not just the MEV, also the marketception, the market making tool has been used by Rich Apes and by some of his connections. And these people do a lot of volume. These are not like half things. These people do tons of volume, and them using that tool is all going to come back into the chart of accept. And I was just talking in the community, some of you may be in the Telegram community and reading all the messages, some may not, but I was just talking about it yesterday. Like bull talk. Obviously this is bull talk, this is not financial advice or anything, but I was just talking about if Banana currently has roughly 3,000 users and roughly they're doing 1 ETH in volume per day, each of those users, right? That's 3,000 ETH. That's a lot of money. So if that was going through accept, then you could expect around 10,000 to 15,000 to $20,000 in buybacks coming back into the chart daily, just from volume being traded by people using the tools. And then these buybacks, then obviously they are being shared then as rewards into the system, and people get to get their rewards, claim their rewards, and all of that. But what I'm saying is there's a system that is being designed to have lots of buybacks and have constant buy pressure from people actually using it, and so everybody benefits. And so this will propel into something that is far and widespread, just simply because it's designed that way. Everybody benefits from everybody using it. And now I like to compare it with Banana, because Banana is just, it's a fun tool and a lot of people have been using it and they have a very dedicated following, but all they do is sniping, right? And so we have a marketception tool, and the marketception tool actually does a lot more volume. If you think of whales wanting to enter into a chart and exiting into a chart, or even like a regular person that may become a whale, just like, oh, I was lucky and I bought something for 0.2 ETH, and then I end up having like 100x out of it, right? Then you want to scale out of your position. You use the marketception tool to scale out of it because you don't want to nuke it. And you also, when you scale out of it, you maintain more of your profit. You can just set like a target and say sell above 20 million or whatever, and then it starts selling little chunks, and that volume you're creating goes, gives fees and feeds it back into the accept chart. All of that is calculated and designed that way. And so I expect a lot more volume than actually Banana is doing from all those tools, especially from the market maker.
Absolutely, I fully agree. And the marketception tool you create the same amount of volume as um, uh, uh, selling your entire stack of tokens. But if you do it with the marketception tool, you'll very likely to get a better average price, because most of the tokens that are being traded by Telegram trading bots the majority are some of what of the lower cap tokens. And if you have a very large bag, you need to take into account price impact. And if you scale out more easily, you get a way better fill on your position. And because tokens have an AMM liquidity pool, but volume on those tokens is important as as liquidity. So if you take time to scale out of those positions, there's volume in there as well, to give you a better DCA price to that. So you're absolutely right that that tool is very useful for both smaller traders, but also for larger traders, especially.
Yeah, and like I said, I got a little excited there and carried away, but like I said, market making brings a lot of volume. That's in the nature of market making, and it doesn't mean that someone market making doesn't necessarily mean that someone is just scaling in and out and in and out. Of course you can, but you don't have to. You might also just scale in once and scale out once. You still produce a lot of volume, especially with larger positions. And so all of that volume is usually doesn't go through Banana or any of those bots because it would be too complicated to do. Usually that's what people do in their, using a regular swap like Uniswap or so. But using this tool, it's just going to be so much easier. And that volume will feed back into the ecosystem, which will benefit every single user that is actually using it. So, yeah, I'm just like amazed. You came up with something very, very intelligent, from a business point of view, and just a revenue stream point of view. It's genius. And so we'll see where this actually takes the ecosystem, where this takes the chart, the token value in general, and where it takes the user amounts. So very, very exciting to see where the next few weeks take us. And well, we'll be here, and every week we'll touch base and speak with everybody.
Absolutely, thank you. And to close off, I have learned that the users on the access list have received their push notification in the bot. So make sure to check if you have access to the bot right now. And for everybody that is in the spaces, we will select a couple of people to provide manual access as an extra bonus. So if you haven't gotten access as a top 60 user, you might get a message from one of our admins to get provided access as well for attending the space. Also, the list of users that are provided access will be somewhat monitoring the activity, and obviously we want for this first stage of our closed beta, we want activity in our tools. But if you let's say if you snooze, you lose. So you won't get restricted, but we'll be batching in more users earlier if there are some to replace the some that are somewhat inactive. So it could be that someone isn't active in the bot right now, and we expand the list earlier than the next batch.
Yeah, that's fair. Sounds fair. Okay, great. I think that's a positive note to end the conversation for today. Like I said, there are 2 spaces coming up on Saturday. Watch out for announcements and hope to catch you then.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Mavic, baby.